Hey YouTube, welcome back to sunny Manchester, can you believe it? On this fine February fucking afternoon. Gonna be doing a little talk about JP and its digital asset that is just recently announced yesterday. Initially, you know, there's been a lot of FUD, and I mean a lot of FUD on Twitter yesterday, especially yesterday, about JP coin. There's a lot of Bitcoin maximalists jumping all over it. You know, as you'd expect, the tribalism that you see in cryptocurrency and digital asset space, they can't get enough of it, the bits is. But the bits is are fucking idiots. That's all you need to remember. They don't understand exactly the purpose and the role of XRP, what it's meant to be doing, and they are potentially looking at this as the XRP killer. Deluded, manipulated freaks. That's what they are. I'm being harsh, I know I shouldn't really be saying stuff like that, but you know, what more can you say when after such a long time and after all the debunking of exactly XRP in regards to decentralized, is it centralized, all this shit, they're still at it. So moving forwards with that, there's been some great discussions today nonetheless, which is a positive thing. Again, the XRP community close-knit, sticking together, getting the facts out there, destroying the FUD. It's wonderful to see, honestly. You know, the community created from the enthusiast in this space is next to none, and I don't think you'll see this for a long time in regards of a community that has been through so much FUD, so much despair through the recent year, especially 2018, with all the negativity being portrayed against XRP. You know, we're still here, we're still fighting as one, we're still strong together. And it's not that, you know, we need to hope. You know, we can see the clear direction of this space. And with JP creating a digital asset, the JPM coin, it just completely validates the space. Now, a lot of people are concerned. Is it direct competition to XRP? No, it's nowhere near in comparison to what you might be hearing in regards of, you know, the Bitcoin maximalist, or, you know, people like fucking Crapella DeVille. I'm not going to say that actually, you know, because it was a bit, yeah. Moving on, moving onwards. I'm just going to try and differentiate the exact, I'm just going to try and put it in a nutshell for you. What JP is offering with its settlement coin is an inner walled garden settlement. So, when I say this, you know, JP has got its own ecosystem. JP settles 6 trillion in settlements every single day. What you need to remember is this is internal settlement. This is going to be settlements done within the bank, within its customers. Now, what's amazing me the most is MUFG announced the exact same thing around 6 months ago. MUFG being the 4th largest bank in the world. Now, when this was released, when this was announced, rather, should I say, there was nothing but positivity. But as soon as one of America's biggest banks roll out a digital currency, fucking hell, it's just like they just can't wait to get their hands on it. They're using this now to further suppress the market, which is fucking great for me, you know, honestly. You bring this level of this XRP value down. I've been out of work. I've not been able to accumulate. I've been falling behind with bills. I've actually had to use XRP, which broke my heart. It has honestly broke my heart, honestly. It's fucking done my head in, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm back in work now, as you can see in the road. I'm going to start earning. Finally get up with all my bills in March. And hopefully April I can start adding back to the bags that I had to, unfortunately, dip into. But that's life, eh? Hey, it's fucking life. Onwards and upwards. You just got to think of the positive, stay with it. Anyway, less of all that bullshit story from my end. What you need to remember is JP are offering a 1-to-1 backed stable asset. For every one JPM coin that's minted, will be backed against $1 in value. But can I just say something? This entire thing is in complete counterparty risk to JP and let's just remember, you know, all the banks that have been caught rigging the gold and silver markets. You know, is this not to say that JP could potentially mint digital assets that is actually not got in reserves in US dollars? I know it sounds a bit far-fetched, but listen, this is the risk and the concern and the trust that is not there in banks. I mean, let's go back to 2008, the financial crisis, completely caused by banking negligence. You know, they're creating derivative products to short housing markets because the subprime mortgage, basically handing mortgages out to people with no income verification, all this type of shit. They're just giving mortgages out for the sake of a mortgage bond derivative product, which eventually was shorted by a lot of weirdos and outsiders. You know, everyone laughed at them to begin with, and look what happened. The housing market imploded. There was a worldwide contagion, and it was all caused down to the banks. You know, let's go back to 2008 and let's pretend this technology's here, and let's pretend that the Lehman Brothers have just issued out their digital currency. Oh, won't mind getting me some of that fucking Lehman's digital currency. Well, good on you, sunshine, because you would have lost every fucking single dollar, pound, euro that you would have invested into holding such an asset. It contains that much counterparty risk, it's untrue. Now, I'm not trying to say JP Morgan's going to go and fail, but what I am trying to say is there's no Russian fucking bank out there that's going to trust JP Morgan. There's no Chinese bank out there that's going to trust JP Morgan. There's no Iranian bank out there that's going to trust JP Morgan. There's no Indian bank out there that's going to trust JP Morgan. And they could continue to keep fucking rolling out nations, but I'll be here for a long time. And it's vice versa. America is not going to trust, for example, a Chinese central bank digital currency. Now, I know that's a central bank one, but nonetheless, it's going to happen. Commercial banks, it's already been seen by MUFG 6 months ago, so I don't know what the big fucking deal is about this. One thing I will add to this, 2.25 quadrillion was settled last year in the payment space. 2.25 quadrillion. It's a lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking money. Now, what I'm going to say to you is, of course, JP Morgan is going to hold utility for settlement within its own walled garden. You know, me or you can't go and buy JP Morgan coin. Only its clients can use this asset for settlements. So already it's a walled garden initiative. It's exactly what we see today. It's just a fucking... It's just the same to a degree. Now, it's not the same because obviously it's on distributed ledger technology, immutable information, all that bullshit. But just remember that JP Morgan's coin is Ran and Quorum, part of the Hyperledger. Bear in mind, Hyperledger. Shit, I forgot. Every time this happens. Hyperledger. Oh my God, what's it called now? Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. The Hyperledger quilt fucking got there. Obviously, JP Morgan are part of the Hyperledger fabric, the Hyperledger consortium. And if you can see, I'll do a little harsh left turn. That is Manchester City. Shitty stadium there. The fucking blue side of Manchester. We don't like to talk about them because they're fucking bullshit cunts. Listen, there's a lot of fucking fear for the negativity out there at the moment. Listen, banks don't trust banks. MUFG are not going to hold JP Morgan coin. JP Morgan are not going to hold Citicoin. Citicoin are not going to hold Bank of America coin. They'll use it for their own domestic internal settlements. Exactly the same way when the Federal Reserve issue out the Fed coin, or when the Bank of England issue out the Bank of England coin. XRP is not going to settle the domestic settlements, are they? No, of course not. That's the job of the Bank of England, its own domestic rails. But as soon, the fucking second, that value is going to be distributed from one payment system to another, whether that's DLT, whether it's fiat, whether it's Bitcoin, no matter what the value is, when it's going to exchange value, we need an unbiased bridge asset. We need an asset that is biased to no one. You know, that is going to not crumble into any government pressure. No pressure from an entity, immutable. You cannot change the information on the blockchain. You know, the digital asset is what it is. Nobody owns it. Okay, Ripple may hold a lot of the XRP, but it's a truly decentralized system. And it's something that is unbelievably imperative moving forwards in a world where trust doesn't exist. Fucking hell, it's hard to trust your fucking next door neighbour. Never mind a bank trusting another overseas fucking foreign bank that can just mint out digital currencies that could potentially be backed by fuck all. Now, this is the realism of it. This is the counterparty risk. You know, what's to stop an Iranian bank issuing out 100 billion of its fucking digital asset coins that could potentially be backed by fuck all? You trust in the entity that is issuing the coin. Now, people will try and argue, saying, oh, well, yeah, well, Ripple fucking all this shit with XRP. No. Ripple just, fortunately enough, have a lot of XRP that have been building out this fucking system. The Interoperability protocol, which is a common standard, which has been accepted by the W3 consortium. And who are the W3C consortium? Well, JP Morgan are a fucking member of it. The same membership of the Hyperledger consortium. The same, this is what Ripple see. Ripple have created the Interoperability protocol, which is going to be the common standard for exchange of value. So when JP Morgan has got his digital asset and he wants to exchange value with maybe, MUFG, an MUFG coin, how are they going to exchange value with each other? But we all know, don't we? Because JP Morgan's not going to trust MUFG to carry out the settlement. MUFG not going to trust JP Morgan to carry out the settlement. So what they're going to do is just fucking stand there, fucking tooth to tooth, for fucking 10 hours, arguing over who's going to fucking settle who's, because you don't trust each other. You need a trustless system. You need a truly decentralized system. XRP will become the global digital reserve currency for this exact pain point that we have today. Corresponding banking, the network of such, if you want to call it that, is outdated, it's old. And Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan have just proved this to be the case. They are now going to be creating their own digital currency, which they'll be starting off, as trials or whatever. And moving forwards, we go into a tokenized economy. The entire world, debt, housing, assets, gold, silver, you fucking name it, it will be tokenized. It's called the digital evolution, the revolution as such. The fourth industrial revolution with AI, blockchain and robotics, micropayments, machine-to-machine payments. But the thing is, if you refer back to the Federal Reserve tweet, and refer back to it, please, because it's my fucking utmost favourite tweet. In order to solve the Triffin's dilemma, if a private cryptocurrency were to take on the role as the world reserve currency, that would eliminate the dilemma for the respective currency as of today, which is the United States dollar. Listen, the system cannot continue the way it's fucking moving. The US dollar debt now is 22 trillion because it is acting as a debt issuing country. It's 22 trillion. It's going to cost almost $1 trillion in interest per year, which is forever increasing. How the fuck of America going to be great again? Why it's a debt issuing country while serving as the world reserve currency? Maybe in 1930 it was a fucking great idea. But listen, we're going into a world of unknown territory. We will be having a supranational currency, the same one that China have been calling for since 2009, when the Triffin's dilemma was sincerely identified as the root cause of the 2008 financial crisis. Do you think JP Morgan's going to fucking step in and act as the world reserve currency? Yeah, because who the fuck's going to trust them? It's just back to fucking square one. All JP Morgan are doing with their coin is a one-to-one backed stable coin for internal settlements of its own infrastructure, of its own ecosystem, within its own walled garden. The same what the Federal Reserve will be doing, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of China, and obviously all the other respective central banks and commercial banks potentially. But the second that they want to exchange value with each other, well, ask yourself, is a Russian bank going to trust an American bank to carry out a settlement of $100 billion? No, is it fuck? Is it fuck? No. What's going to happen moving forward is we need to have a counterparty-free risk way of settling payments. It's as simple as that. And we already know what it is. With the IMF, constantly name-dropping Ripple. With the World Bank listing XRP as a supranational currency. With all the work with the central banks that Ripple have been doing. With over 40 to 50 central banks in dialogue who are fucking frothing from the mouth over this technology and wanting to create their own version of it. Will the IMF create the ESDR? Who knows? But e-currency is coming. In England, 98% of payments are settled digitally. So it's not so far-fetched when we talk about this digital world that a lot of people are so fucking blinded to see. Do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. There's a lot of FUD going around in regards to this. It's just fucking utter bullshit, honestly. If any of you have been watching this channel now, I would love to hope that all this shit you've seen has come to absolutely no cause of emotional despair to yourself, is the best way of putting it. Because Listen, we all seen it fucking coming. We made a documentary called The Economic Machine, specifically talking about banks like BNI Mellon and all these other fucking banks that are fucking heavily invested into DLT. What did you think you was going to do? Just sit there and fucking research it? Of course they're going to issue their own coin. You'll see thousands of these fucking commercial bank coins eventually, which is adding even more friction to the way that fucking money moves today. When you've got all these settlement coins and all these digital coins that can... Do you think the Swift system can handle all this settlement? Adding more payments on top of the payments, it's just increasing settlement risk. Listen, we're going into a fucking unbelievable world of territory, is the best way of putting it. And all that I can say is, just don't give in to the bullshit. It's a good thing. It's an absolutely fantastic thing that JP Morgan have brought out their own fucking digital asset. It completely validates the space. You know, when Jamie Dimon's out there saying, oh, blockchain, Bitcoin, it's all fucking rat poison, squared, bullshit, fraud shit, whilst manipulating the market and whilst buying Bitcoin, bear in mind. Not only that, they've actually been secretly, under the fucking radar, creating their own digital asset. Now, if it's such a bad fucking thing, why have they gone and done it? Because it's the direction that we're moving forwards into. You know, Ripple don't see on the high-level advisory board, FinSec, for fucking the IMF and the fucking Federal Reserve and the W3C group and the Better Than Alliance Cash group and all the other fucking groups that they're fucking part of that I don't even want to fucking list because they forgot. They're fucking everywhere. JP Morgan, high-level executives, go to meet Ripple because it's the fucking way we're going forward. Now, if fucking JP Morgan can go and fucking start doing instant settlements on their part, and then fucking great, that's absolutely fantastic. It removes settlement risk from its own settlement infrastructure. But of course it's going to be interacting with other payment systems. If they've got a digital coin, it needs to be able to interact somehow. I wonder what standard that they're going to fucking take on board. It wouldn't be the Interledger protocol that's been taken on as a kind of open standard network for fucking payments and fucking interoperability. Bear in mind, interoperability is the utmost important aspect moving forwards in life. It's being able to interoperate with each other. The only way we can interoperate with each other at the moment is by using the fucking same corresponding network of banking that we've been using since 1970. It's literally the fucking case. I just hope that, you know, this rant's been a little fucking... It's been enjoyable for me. I've been wanting to get it off my fucking chest. Listen, JP Morgan coin will 100% have utility within its own walled garden, within its own ecosystem, within its own infrastructure. But it's going to need to exchange value to other fucking entities, banks, DLT providers, money payments, Google Pay, Amazon, Uber. But it needs to be able to interact. It needs to be interoperable. So, you know, I wonder what common standard they're going to be using for interoperability. They're just going to go and create their own, or they're going to use one that the fucking entire world has already fucking been adopting. Google, Amazon, Facebook, Bank of England. I can continuously keep saying, just go and have a look at the W3C group if you need any more validification. I don't even know if that's a word, but it fucking rolled off my tongue fucking fluently, so I'm going to pretend that it is. But go and have a look who sits on there. It is the likes of JP Morgan and the Bank of England and the UK government and the fucking American government and fucking Alibaba and all the other ones, Google, Amazon, Facebook. They're all part of the W3C group, the common standards for the internet. And they've accepted that the Interledger protocol is deemed worthy and has been taken on as that standard. That's where XRP comes into place. Not for domestic settlement, not for internal bank settlement, for cross-border payments, for exchanging value from one payment infrastructure to another payment infrastructure. And that's basically what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're worried about fucking JP Morgan taking on the role of fucking what XRP's been set out to do, you need to fucking start researching, because it's fucking never been further than the fucking truth. The shit you're reading from CNBC is all part of the fucking suppression and manipulation of these assets. It's fucking crystal clear. If anything, the FUD that has been written from CNBC and such saying, oh, if you hold Bitcoin and Ripple, it might be a good idea to fucking drop it. It's fucking manipulating the masses. The same way they did in 1996 with the internet. Listen, I've no fucking fear, ladies and gentlemen. You just need to remember that you're going to hear bullshit like this. This is good news. It's good news for the digital asset space. It shows that one of America's biggest banks is now adopting digital assets for its own internal settlements. So do you not think that we're going into a digital world where a digital world reserve currency is going to be needed? Who do you think is going to act as that global digital world reserve currency? Do you think it's going to be JP Morgan coin? Or do you think it's going to be XRP, a completely decentralised network, biased to no one, a trustless system? Where fucking in this day and age, trust doesn't exist, does it? Especially with the banks. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your fucking Friday, because I know I will.